Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, verse number 3. Ashraddhadanah Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. Translation and purport by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me, a conqueror of foes, but return to birth and death in this material world. Purport. The faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotional service. That is the purport of this verse. Faith is created by association with devotees. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, faith is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that one should have complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord Krishna, he can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that by giving water to the root of a tree, its branches, twigs, and leaves become satisfied. And by supplying food to the stomach, all the senses of the body become satisfied. And similarly, by engaging in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, all the demigods and all the living entities automatically become satisfied. After reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of the philosophy of life, that is faith, now the development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. There are three divisions of Krishna conscious men. In the third class, those who are no faith, if they are engaged in devotional service officially for some ulterior purpose, they cannot achieve the highest perfectional stage. Most preferably, they will slip after some time. They may become engaged, but because they haven't complete conviction and faith, it is very difficult for them to continue in Krishna consciousness. We have practical experience in discharging our missionary activity that some people come and apply themselves to Krishna consciousness with some hidden motives, and as soon as they are economically a little well situated, they give up this process and take to their old ways again. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. As far as the development of faith is concerned, one who is well versed in the literatures of devotional service and has attained the stage of firm faith is called a first-class person in Krishna consciousness. And in the second class are those who are not very advanced in understanding the devotional scriptures, but who automatically have firm faith that Krishna Bhakti or service to Krishna is the best course, and so in good faith they take it. Good faith have taken it up. Thus, they are superior to the third class, who have neither perfect knowledge of the scriptures nor good faith, but by association and simplicity they are trying to follow. The third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down, but when one is in the second class or first class, he does not fall down. One in the first class will surely make progress and achieve the result at the end. As far as the third class person in Krishna consciousness is concerned, although he has faith in the conviction that devotional service to Krishna is very good, he has no knowledge of Krishna through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes these third class persons in Krishna consciousness have some tendency towards Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, and sometimes they are disturbed. But as soon as the infection of Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga is vanquished, they become second class or first class persons in Krishna consciousness. Faith in Krishna is also divided into three stages and described in Srimad Bhagavatam. First class attachment, second class attachment, and third class attachment are also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam in the 11th canto. Those who have no faith, even after hearing about Krishna and the excellence of devotional service, who think that it is simply eulogy, find the path very difficult, even if they are supposedly engaged in devotional service. For them, there is very little hope in gaining perfection. Thus, faith is very important in the discharge of devotional service. This ends the Bhaktivedanta.
Those who are faithless means anyone can understand those who do not believe in the words of God. They are faithless. Just like a child by nature, he has to believe his parents, his superiors, his teacher. But if he does not believe in the words of the superior, then where is the possibility of education? There is no point. This is the first qualification. If you go to your teacher to learn ABCD, the teacher says, my dear child, to begin from the left side in this way. The EBT student says, why shall I begin in this way? I shall begin this way. Then he is faithless. He cannot make any progress. It is not possible. The first qualification is Saddadhana, faithful. If you go to a teacher, you must be faithful. Otherwise, there is no need of going to a teacher. If you cannot believe in the words of somebody whom you are going to appoint as your teacher, if you have no faith in his word, then what is the use of going to such teaching? There is no use. Don't waste your time and don't waste his time. Therefore, those who are going to learn to become a disciple or teacher, he must believe in the words of teacher. Or if you are doubtful, you should not go to a such teacher. This is first qualification. If you do not believe somebody, then you find out someone else upon whom you can put your faith. Yes, here is the right man who can teach me. Otherwise, there is no use of going to a teacher. This is the Vedic principle. The Vedic principle is everyone is in ignorance. Because the evolution is coming from the lower species of life. And in Western countries, the Darwin's theory of evolution is very prominent, and they believe that man is coming from monkey. Of course, the Vedic Shastra also says the birth of human being are from three sources. One from the cow, the other from the lion, and the other from the monkey. The monkey word is there. Those who are coming in the Satogun, modes of goodness, their last birth is as cow. And those who are coming through the Rajugun, their last birth is lion. And those who are coming through the Tamogun, their last birth is monkey. Then we have explained many times. So the lower animals, less than the human being, there are 8 million forms. Jalayana Ulakkani Sabra Lokkamimsati Krimayo Rudra Sankhaka Pakshinam Dasalakkakam Timsalakshani Pasaba Chaturlakhani Manusa. This is the least of evolution. Darwin has taken but he has explained in a different way, misguiding way. But anyway, the evolution theory, it is not theory, it is fact. That is acceptable by the Vedic scholar also. It is explained in the Padma Purana, Asuteng Chaturang Shaiva Lakhan Sthani Jiva Jati. This is the statement in the Padma Purana, that the Asuteng Chaturang Shaiva, 8,400,000. They say in the Vedic language, 4,800,000, 8,400,000. Anyway, the evolution is there, and the lower species of life, there are 8 million human forms of life, only 400,000, out of which more than 300,000 forms of life are uncivilized men. They do not know what is the aim of life. The best form of human life, the Aryans. Aryans means those who are advanced. So, the Aryan family, the history of Aryan family from Central Asia, Caucasian ranges is divided. The Indo-Aryans, Indo-Europeans, this is the history of mankind. So, the Europeans, they belong to the Indo-Europeans. And some of the Europeans, not the uncivilized, the civilized, they came from that side, eastern side, when there was a threatening by Parsuram to kill the Kshatriyas. So most of the Kshatriyas, they came to Europe, and some of them settled in the middle, the border of Europe and Asia, Turkey, Greece. There is a big history, Mahabharata. Mahabharata means the greater history of India. So, on the whole, the conclusion is that the Aryans spread in Europe also, and the Americans, they also spread from Europe. So, the intelligent class of human being, they belong to the Aryans, Aryan family. Just like Hitler claimed that he belonged to the Aryan family. Of course, they belong to the Aryan families. So, there is gradual process of evolution, and the human form of life is the greatest evolution. Here is a Johnson. Now, you can go elevate yourself to further higher status of living condition, that is called Devata or demigods. Urdham gachanti sattvasva. If you develop the quality of goodness, then you are promoted to the higher planetary system. Urdham gachanti sattvasva. Madhye tishtanti rajasa. If you do not develop further, if you remain whatever quality of God just now, you remain within this world, and adho gachanti tamasa. And if you do not develop goodness or remain in the same quality, but you degrade yourself, then again go to the cycle of birth in the animal kingdom. This is the law of nature. Urdham gachanti sattvasva, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaghanna gunavittisya, adho gachanti tamasa. Jaghanna gunavittisya. Jaghanna means abominable. Abominable, without any distinction. Whatever I like, I shall do. No, you cannot do that. You have got now super consciousness. You must decide whether you want to stop this evolutionary process, cycle of birth and death, and go back to home, back to Godhead, or if you want to continue again the cycle of birth and death, that is up to you to decide. This is the human form of life. Therefore, how you can promote yourself to the higher status of life, or how you can degrade yourself to the lower status of life, that is to be decided. And the Bhagavad Gita you find, Janti deva brata devan, pitrin janti pitunibrata, bhute ja janti bhutani, marjajinopi janti ma. There are 4 ways suggested. If you want to go to the higher planetary system, not by force you can go to the moon planet. That is not possible. That is simply childish. You cannot go. You must have to be qualified how to go. Just like if somebody comes to your country, Australia, he has to take the visa, permit, passport, so many things. Then you allow. So how you can be allowed to enter into the moon planet, which is the residential place of demigods? That is a very controversial point. They say that they have gone to moon planet and there is no life. This is simply nonsense. Every planet is full of living entities. But if they say they could not find any living entity, then it is to be understood they haven't gone to the moon planet. There are many other points also we do not wish to discuss. But moon planet is the higher planetary system, sun planet is the higher planetary system, and there are many others. If you like to go there, you can go. Janti deva brata devan, you have to prepare yourself for going there. Similarly, there are Pitri lokas. You can see so many thousands and millions of planets. Every planet is residential quarter. Just like this planet is residential quarter, every planet is residential. Innumerable lives there are according to the position. So, here it is said that Ashuddha Purusha, Krishna is giving you a system as you can go to him, back to home, back to God. That is Krishna consciousness movement. Why one should go to God? No, that is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Jadgatyala nivattante tadhamam paramam mama. You can go to any other planet. You can have very long duration of life. The standard of living is very, very high. Just like here in this planet, sometimes we see the standard of living condition in Europe, America is better than other places, and they become very much clever that in Europe and America and Australia is also another edition of European. So big roads, big skyscraper house are very comfortable. So as you see the differences of standard of living here, similarly, each and every planet, there is different standard of living. And it is said in this Shastra that if you go to the moon planet, then you live there for 10,000 of years. 10,000 of years, and their calculation of time is also greater than ours. It is calculated that our 6 months is equal to their 1 day. That is called Deva calculation. In this way, you can get very long duration of life, very comforts, nice, beautiful body, and residential quarters, everything is very, very nice. Each higher planetary system is better than the other, better than the other. In this way, you can go to the Brahma Loka. Brahmaloka means where the topmost planet. They are calculated, modern astronomers and the planet work, that it takes about 40,000 of years to go to the topmost planet of this universe. These things are there. Anyway, in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that even if you go to the topmost planet, there is also birth, death, old age, and disease. You cannot avoid this. So long you shall remain within this material world, you have to accept these four principles of material condition, that you'll have to die. Either you live for 10,000 of years or 10 millions of years, it doesn't matter, you have to die. Even Brahma dies, who has got many millions of years. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma's 1 day, daytime duration, which is calculated our 12 hours. There are 12 hours day, 12 hours night. That is 24 hours. So, Brahma's 1 daytime duration, 12 hours, is calculated to be 4,300,000 of years multiplied by 1 thumb. Now calculate, what do you think? That is 4,300,000 of years. 4,300,000,000 years or something like that. That is our 12 hours, Brahma's 12 hours is that. Then add 12 hours again, 400 billion years. That means altogether 8 billions of years. That is 1 day, Brahma's. Then calculate 1 month. Then calculate 1 year. Such 100 years he lives. So that is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra juga parjantam marahajat brahmano vidhu. Sahasra juga parjantam. 1 yug means 43 lakhs of 100,000 of years. Sahasra means 1,000. That is, everything is stated there. You can learn, you can understand. So that is called Brahmaloka. And it is also stated, Abrahma bhavana lokan punaravartina arjuna. Even if you reach to the Brahmaloka, you can get long duration of life, there is no doubt. But again, punaravartina, you have to die and you have to go to another body and another planet. But I am eternal. We are eternal. Na hannate hannavane sarire. By destruction of this body, maybe after 2 hours or 4 minutes, there are many living entities. They live for some minutes, some seconds, some years. They human in this material world, in this planetary system. We live, say, at most 100 years. But in other planetary system, they live for millions of years. It is, of course, the world is relative. According to your position, the relative condition is there. My past and present and future is not the same past, present, future of an ant. The ant's past, future may be 3 hours or 4 hours. Our past, present is 100 hours, and Brahma's past, present, millions of years. Everything is relative according to the position. So, real aim of life is to stop the cycle of birth and death. That is real aim of life. If we do not know this, then we are ignorant. We are ignorant. First of all, we must know that I am eternal. That is, in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, it is very nicely explained that antavattu ime deha nitya sukta saririna. My dear Arjuna, this body is the statue. But the proprietor of the body, he is eternal. That is the first step. I am not this body. I am the proprietor of this body. You are not this body. You are the proprietor of this body. But if we think that I am body, then that is the same thing as the dog is thinking. Therefore, I have given in this statement that if we think this lump of matter as myself, then we are no better than the dog. The dog is also thinking like that. The human form of life is meant for understanding that I am not this lump of matter. I am aham brahmasmi. I am spirit soul. That is required. The whole Bhagavad Gita teaching is based on this principle. First of all, to understand that I am not this body. I am spirit soul. Brahma, aham brahmasmi. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sotati na kankati samasarveshu bhuteshu madhvasti lavati para. If from this material conception of life, somehow or other, you come to the understanding that you are not this body, lump of matter, you are spirit soul, you are different from this body. That is called Brahma-bhuta state. And as soon as you become on the Brahma-bhuta status, then symptom will be nasotati prasannatma. You become happy immediately. Everyone is unhappy in this material world. That's a fact. And because why you are unhappy? Because we have accepted, misaccepted, wrongly accepted this body, myself. This is defect of modern civilization. So long you do not understand that you are not this body, you are different from this body, you are Brahma, you are part and parcel of God, then your activities become different. Because at the present moment, we are acting on the bodily concept of life. I am American, I am Indian, I am Australian, I am white, I am black, I am Brahman, I am Sudra, this, that. Only this bodily concept of life. And the Krishna consciousness begins when that free from this bodily conception of life. That is called Brahma-bhuta. Brahma-bhuta prasannatma na sotati na kankati samas sarveshu bhuteshu madhvakti lavati para. Bhakti, this activity begins when you are Brahma-bhuta. Now what is the symptom of becoming Brahma-bhuta? That is stated, prasannatma, happiness, only happiness. There is no question of distress. That is Brahma-bhuta. You cannot say, now I have become Brahma-realized, Brahma-bhuta, but I am crying for cigarette. No. Immediately test. So you cannot be unhappy. I'm not this thing, that thing. Because here we are creating wants. Kankati. This material symbolism means simply creating wants. That's all. Big want or small want, that is called kankati. And another counterpart of this material life is, whatever you have got, if it is lost, then you cry. One side is you are hankering after something which you do not possess. And if your possession is lost, then you cry for the loss. This is two business. Kankati sochas. But if you become Brahma-bhuta, self-realized, these two things will be absent immediately. Na sochati na kankati. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Now there is racial animosity all over the world. You are American, you are Russian, you are Indian, you are Chinese, you are Pakistani. Their fighting is going on this understanding. We are Chinese, we are Americans, we are Russians. So, when you come to the platform of nasotati, not identifying with this body, then samasarvesu bhutesu. You see everyone on the same platform. You do not see here is a Chinese or American or Australian. You see a soul is entrapped in a material body. The material body is lump of matter. We are concerned with the spirit soul. Then samasarvesu bhutesu. Pandita samadarshina. One he is learned, Pandit, he is samadarshana. He has no more this vision that here is an American, just like in our society. Why? People from all parts of the world. There are Americans, there are Indians, there are Africans, Canadians, Japanese. But we don't feel like that. I'm Japanese, I'm Indian, I'm American. We all feel servant of Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness. This is United Nation. Not that going to the United Nation and barking like the dog. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm seeing that. What is the benefit? Therefore, they are barking for the last 20, 30 years. What benefit has come? You cannot make the dogs, you bring some dogs from America and from Australia and from India and put them together and ask them, please live very peacefully. If you keep them as dogs, they will simply bark. There is no more peace. Just try to understand practically. You have to make them human beings. If you keep them dogs and cats, there cannot be any peace. This is really knowledge. The Krishna consciousness movement is giving such knowledge that they will never remain a dog or cat. They will become actual human being. This is Krishna consciousness. Therefore it is said, asaddhana purusa. Those who have not faith in this process of understanding Krishna consciousness, asaddhana purusa dharmasya asya. Now this is real dharma. Dharma means occupation. I have explained yesterday. I am servant of God. This is my real occupation. But giving up my service to God, I am giving service to Maya. Therefore, I am servant of my senses, my family, my society, my country, my nature. And if I haven't got to serve anybody, then I keep one dog. I become a servant of the dog. And somebody was just telling me that in Japan, the dog passes stool and the master collects it and put it somewhere. Yes, you see? Oh, this is going on. Your position is to become servant. But in Maya, in illusion, you are thinking I'm master. Therefore, the best thing is that instead of becoming at last the servant of a dog, just immediately become servant of God. That is your success of life. And if you don't agree, then you have to serve up to the dog, up to the cat. Many Europeans, Americans, they are no children, but they keep one cat, one dog to serve. You see? But you have to serve because you are made for that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is there. Jiver Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das. That is our permanent situation. We are servant of God. I have explained yesterday that we are part and parcel of God. Now, as part and parcel of God, what is our duty? The example I have given, just like the finger is the part and parcel of my body. So what is the duty? As soon as I say, finger, please come here, it comes. Finger, come here. Do this, do that, because this is finger's business. A finger cannot remain independent. Or if the finger cannot give the service properly, then it is disease. Similarly, our material condition means we are in disease condition. We are not giving service to God, we are giving service to the dog. This is our disease condition. So, God is Himself explaining how you should live. That is Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, it is said, Asaddhana Purusha Dharma Shasa Parantapa. My dear Arjuna, if somebody has no faith in my words, then what will be the result? The result will be aprapama. He will not get me. Aprapa means not getting myself. Then what he will get? Aprapamang nivartante. Again he goes back. Instead of going back to home, back to Godhead, he goes back to where? Na mrityu sansara vartmani. Again in the cycle of birth and death. Again cycle of birth. Suppose this human form of life, you can make your life so perfect that immediately after death, after giving up this body, you go back to home, back to God. You regain your eternal life. But if you misuse this human form of life, do not endeavor for going back to home, back to God, then again go back to the cycle of birth and death. This is nature's work. You are not independent. Nature is working like that. Prakrite kriyamalani gunai karmani sarvasa. Ahankara vimuratma kartaham iti vannati. You are thinking foolishly as a rascal that you are independent. You are not independent. You are completely under the control of material nature. Now, in this human form of life, there are two ways. You go back to home, back to Godhead, or go back to again to become a pig, hog, and tree and plant. This is the plan of Bhagavan. Thank you very much.